What up? What up?
See
What
that?
up? Welcome to the Marriage of Sports podcast, where we talk about men going bald at the age of 30. Now, Dio, Corey, when did you guys start losing your hair?
Senior year of high school.
You just started shaving it, or what?
Um, After
For
I
real?
turned
Yeah, and
21.
there were not all the fancy razors and stuff for men's heads at the time. So the Bic metal and all the disposables were the rough way to go when you start losing your hair.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I had this patch back here that started, and I said once that patch started getting bald, the rest of my hair, I wasn't going to have no comb over. So,
I wasn't about to look
Oh,
like
why
Friar
not,
Tuck in my
Corey?
senior yearbook.
no
Okay.
comb over.
I joke, but I'm actually starting to. There's places, so we just put on a hat and let's cover it up. Um,
My son, my son picks on me saying I have a receding hairline. I'm like,
Ronnie, you
shut
need a
up.
haircut,
It's
buddy.
old age.
That happened.
I know I do.
Coach Bacon, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm just laughing because Rodney looks like Urban Meyer when he got out of that bar with the chick before he got canned with the
Wow.
Jazz.
Wow.
Bacon, you're supposed to be my guy now. You're picking on
I think
me.
I realized why I like when you're on the
Sorry,
podcast.
that was funny.
I'm just calling him how I see him.
Bacon's got to be the
What'd you
funniest
say,
guy on the
Brandon?
podcast by far.
He's funny, but I think Ronnie's got the funniest look.
Especially when he gets frozen.
Yes, when he's frozen, it's even better. Like right now, it looks like he's picking his nose.
God.
No.
Do I need to go
All right.
out
What
and
we got? What we
fucking
got? What's on the agenda? Go, brother.
All right. So,
laughing at him.
Dio, you have been saying for a minute this is the time TJ Watt
Yep.
goes down, and he actually did get hospitalized. Uh, and so we wish him a speedy recovery.
Oh,
But
absolutely. Absolutely.
he's having lung problems, and this is unfortunate and unforeseen. And so he's supposed to play Sunday, but it's still questionable. But we do
All
wish
right.
him a speedy recovery.
So all right, so this is Tyrod Taylor all over again in with the Chargers, and that's how Justin Herbert got
I can
his
agree with
start,
you.
and the rest is history with Justin Herbert. It sounded like they were doing some sort of therapy with him, and it's not his fault, but damn, I've been calling this for weeks that this is the time of year that this $220 million contract is somehow possibly going to be out of the game of a decrepit old defense. So I'm kind of sitting here going, well, damn, I hate it for him, but here we are.
All right, so Dio, where does the defense go from here if he doesn't play Sunday?
Look, he is a disruptor, but I mean, first of all, it's Monday night, so maybe he'll be available. Um, but to be hospitalized for this, I mean, I don't know. They may have to hold him out a week. I don't know. I mean, I don't have all the details of it, but
Yep.
as soon as I saw that report this morning, I'm like, what are they doing? I mean, because you had other players. I mean, look in basketball, you had the cryo therapy that went wrong for one of the players. Um, was it Zion Williamson that happened to, or was it? It was one of the basketball players that had a
I don't
cryo
remember who it was,
cryo
but
treatment uh, procedure that went wrong, and it sidelined him for a couple of weeks. I'd have to go research that a little bit better, but it's not the first time that these little therapy sessions have gone sideways. Tyrod Taylor, he was supposed to be the Chargers quarterback, and they ended up popping his lung with a procedure, and Justin Herbert got the start, and like I said, the rest is history. So
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at this stuff, it'll be really interesting to see what comes out because there is a lot of cool
Yep.
stuff that they can do. I mean, some of it
Yeah.
is on the edge, right? But
Yeah.
again, when you play the sport that they play or play any sport at a high level, you do things on the edge to be on the field. And I'll share this. Like I've got a friend that is a big league doctor. A couple years ago, between the ALCS and the World Series, they had a pitcher with an impingement in his shoulder, and so they just went in and sliced the muscle, filleted it, sewed him back up, and he pitched in the World Series and then got it fixed after. So these pro athletes do things on the edge. And so it's unfortunate. The real winner in this might be Tua Tagovailoa's career because he's one concussion away from being done. And with no TJ, that helps the odds of that not happening on Monday.
So now, does that change y'all's pick on the game with Watt out? You think the Dolphins will win?
I don't.
Nah.
No, I don't think. You still got to watch out for Cam Hayward. Come on now.
Now, with it being in Pittsburgh, the Dolphins are 1-12 in their last 13 in sub 40-degree weather, and they just got that win. And so I just the Steelers are going to figure out a way to win that game. I think they figured out a good combo with Warren and Gainwell back there with how fast Rodgers is getting the ball out. That I really feel like they're starting.
And we
to
should
find
see
a
Adam
rhythm.
Thielen this week. I mean, I know we saw him a little bit on the field last week, but we should really see Adam Thielen this week. Haven't been in the playbook, haven't known some of the routes, and that's going to take a lot off of DK. With Aaron Rodgers getting the ball out so fast, Adam Thielen is a threat, and so you're going to have to give him respect.
Yeah, that and Valdez-Scanlon. You saw a little bit more of him last week than Thielen, but both those guys are pros. I mean, they're running out some old guys that are very savvy, and so they can be a problem. Now that can mean they get banged up really quick too.
Yeah.
Monday's high in Pittsburgh's supposed to be 18 degrees.
Yeah, the only thing Tua is going to have there is frozen tuna. He's not going to do anything.
That
good.
ground's going to be pretty hard too. I mean, they're going to figure something out if TJ Watt's not available. DK Metcalf is still kind of banged up, but he's going to play. I think you'll probably see a lot of Thielen involved now that he's kind of had time to acclimate to the offense, But I don't know. I still got my Steelers pulling this one out. It's not going to be pretty, but I think it'll be all right.
The Steelers don't win pretty.
No, they don't.
Dio.
Well, and the thing is look at the most of these games with even with Watt in or Watt out. Most of these games this weekend, it's going to be really, really cold in a lot of stadiums this weekend.
Yep. Well, and I think Aaron Rodgers plays better the colder it gets. Like he uses it to his advantage. Like if you look, at his time in Green Bay, man, he started slow, and the colder it got, the better he got. And so I think you'll see some of that. He doesn't care. And it's obviously a problem for Tua. It's a problem for Waddle. Etienne's the only one it's not a problem for.
And to that, if you remember, I'm sure you saw the highlight, but 2 weeks ago, Aaron Rodgers has a problem yelling at his teammates, and a lot of them they don't really like it, and because he's not a Steeler. I mean, he's a hired boot, and there was a play a couple weeks ago when he got blindsided, and I'm not going to say that the offensive lineman let that guy go a little early and get him, but Aaron, that's when he got his nose busted. He got rocked, and he pretty much was garbage the rest of the game. But last week you had a different looking Aaron Rodgers out there. So I think it may have been a little wake up call to him. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but it could have. But it definitely like I said, you definitely had a different Aaron Rodgers last week. So I'm hoping that I hope that that's going to continue. That he starts getting hot. This is the right time of year. If you're going to make the playoffs, you better treat every game like a playoff game. That's all I got to say about my Steelers.
So TJ Watt is the all-time sack leader, I believe, holds the record with Michael Strahan. I believe they're tied for the record. Which brings me to my next guy, Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett is got 20 sacks on the season. He's 3 away from the all-time record. He's shooting for 25. It's what he's been wearing on his wrist is the number 25. That's what he wants to get to. And honest to God, I think he's making an MVP case. Should Miles Garrett be considered for the all-time or for the NFL MVP? First off, do we think he's going to get the record? He's got 3 games to get the record.
I
think he's going to get there. And then
he's not getting any this weekend. Okay, he's
getting 3 this weekend. He's getting 3 this weekend.
It's funny, Coach, and this I'm glad you guys bring that up because, Coach, that is one of the craziest stats I've seen this year. Did you all know Caleb Williams is the best scrambler in the NFL? 0 sacks. So you happen to show that. He's
also the only quarterback to record 3 rushes of over 20 miles an hour.
So you happen to show that stat. Right before you face who might be the all-time sack leader in a season. Miles Garrett might get 3. That's gonna be a cool matchup to see. Which one of y'all is gonna be right?
I think he might get 1, but the Bears, Ben Johnson just schemes so well. I think that's one thing I've really learned watching them this year. They lose against Green Bay the other week, and Lambeau's really tough to go win at. But the scheme was just really stinking good. Some things didn't come through. The last play of the game is what it is. I don't think that Caleb was probably able to see DJ Moore open. But, I just think Ben Johnson's smart enough to scheme away from some strengths and do some things to help Caleb out. One of the big things that helps him, and I watch basically every minute of every Bears game, is DeAndre Swift and Monangai are so good at chipping the best pass rusher. If you look at the Eagles, they did a great job of running the ball and then chipping on pass plays, and they just scheme so well. And
Coach, you said that you watched the game every minute of the game.
Yeah.
You do know you're never going to get that time back in your life, right?
That's fine.
The difference last week with the Packers going into that game, had Christian Watson not played, I think the Bears would have won that game. But Christian Watson and Jordan Love hooked up 3 times for some pretty damn good touchdowns, and that was the difference in that game.
Don't forget Jaden Reed.
Trey Edmonds has hurt us. Gordon was supposed to play and hurt the groin again in warm-ups, and that really hurt. One of those on Christian was a blown coverage where you had the corner sinking in zone where he should have dropped. And Christian Watson's an underrated over-the-top guy in the NFL.
That was a different Packers.
And part of that's too because
that was a different Packers team last week.
Yeah.
That wasn't a struggling team.
No, it's because
the thing is too this weekend. Yeah, but this weekend game, I'm going to say this. You know what? Will Miles Garrett even get a chance to get 3 sacks for the simple reason it's supposed to be 12 below with 20-mile-an-hour winds. So how much are they really going to throw the ball is going to be a big key too.
It's going to be a lot of short passes, handoff. You know what? I would say that I think there's a better chance that Miles Garrett gets an interception than he gets over one sack. Because he's smart enough to know
that's going to be
short passes are coming out and get his hands up.
All right.
It's funny. It's funny you say Green Bay's struggling. It's a struggling team. Their record is 9-3-1. 9-3-1. Their record doesn't say that they're struggling, but we've seen the film, and it's not been pretty.
They're suspect. No, that's my point about them. I know what their record is, but if you look at some of these games, they could have easily dropped 3 of them. And look, going into the playoffs, if they make the playoffs, okay, you never know. Weird things could happen. But you put them up against the Eagles, I think they would probably have a chance to win that game if they played the Eagles. But you put them up against the Seattle and LA, they're not winning that game.
I agree with you, Dio. And we were talking about the Miles Garrett thing. I looked up their next 3 games. He needs 3 sacks. They got the Bears this weekend, of course. They have. Hold on 1 second. I messed up.
They've got the Bills, Steelers, and Bengals. He'll get it.
He'll get it. But you know what? Ultimately, he may not be MVP, but I think he is the Defensive Player of the Year. And you know what? Ultimately,
I agree with that.
With his talent, he really is being wasted in Cleveland. Look at what he's got going around him. I know what you're saying, but what's the ultimate goal? Brandon always says Super Bowls and all of this. Ultimately, with Cleveland, he's not going to get it.
He knows that, Rod, and that's why he demanded to be paid. And that contract is not going to. I mean, I'd be surprised if a lot of teams would even pick up that contract if he says I want to be traded. He's making his money. He loves playing at Cleveland. I don't see him moving because that money.
I don't either. I'm just saying.
I know.
With that kind of talent, it's being wasted on that team because.
But Rod, you never know, man. That jersey that's probably going to be here, early next week for me to wear on camera. He may be the answer Cleveland needs, and they're going to build an offense around him. And, that defense is pretty good. So, maybe you see the Browns next year win the AFC North.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man, the kid's playing. He's balling out. I can't knock him. I mean, I bought into the negativity about him. My biggest problem I had with him was who his daddy is. And I love Deion Sanders. I'm a Florida State guy, but I didn't like the way it was being pushed. But I think the NFL's done him dirty. I think Cleveland was doing him dirty, especially their coach, because, when you hear that they're not giving him a lot of reps and all that, and then all of a sudden, they had no choice but to play him, and he goes in and he, look, his QBR is not the best, but he's got some good numbers. He's made some plays. So, the Alpha Dog jersey will be here shortly. And, I think Cleveland may have an opportunity if he stays healthy. Not this year, but next.
I want to get a Rook scoreboard right here. It's going to be me.
And get him some help.
I mean, look, Judkins going to be great. He needs probably a better receiving core to improve, a good tight end. But I mean, other than that, look, Cleveland could be competitors next year.
I'm going to push back on the tight end. Panning is going to be the real deal. I like him a lot. And you know what? You got Njoku. Njoku has been that guy, but he needs that outside help receiver. I mean, you got Isaiah Bond, but who else do you have?
Yeah.
Isaiah Bond. Hey, Isaiah Bond is good. My Texas guy. He's going to be good. All right, I know he had a little off the field stuff. Hopefully he'll grow, but he's as far as talent, kid's got it. He's gonna be good.
Well, the other piece with that Browns group, like Judkins is really good, but Sampson's really elusive. They've got a really good young backfield.
And that kid ended up being like that Montgomery and Gibbs type of backfield.
With the right coach,
going to that two-headed monster to save reps and save injury risk. I mean, granted, this is contact. You're going to have injuries. We all agree. But that's why they've gone to the two-back sets. Do you not agree with that?
Coach.
Look at that Bears jersey.
Rocking the Browns.
Hey, turn your head. Show them. Show him the John Daly. Show him the John
I
Daly.
love it. I love it.
All right,
I
so back to
love
Miles
it.
Garrett for a minute. So I think if Miles Garrett gets the sack record, I think he should be the MVP.
Go. Go. Tell your
Oh, that was
sister-
awesome. That was.
We normally expect. Hey, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. We normally expect that from Derek.
Yeah.
Brandon, I'm agreeing with where you're about to go with this, but I think they're going to be pushing Drake May.
Like he's a young kid, but for Miles Garrett to do what he's doing, especially on the defensive side of the
Yeah.
ball, it's got to be more impressive than watching
I
a
agree.
quarterback do what a quarterback's supposed to do over and over and over again. But with what you just said, actually, I think is going to lead me into my next presentation. Booyaka, son. I just happen to be right, I guess. Who's more impressive, Drake May or Matthew Stafford?
Right now, I mean, Matthew Stafford's been doing this for years. He did it when he was in Detroit. It's impressive to see
Yep.
Drake May doing it in his second year. Matthew Stafford did it in his second year, but he played on those lowly Lions teams.
I don't
Unfortunately,
want this taken out of context, but this reminds me of Stafford being the veteran, kind of getting towards the end of his career, kind of like Tom Brady was. And then you had a Patrick Mahomes come along or a Josh Allen, and here's Drake May. And like I said, I'm not comparing them to those guys. I'm putting it in a context of you got a veteran and you got a young kid that's new kid on the block. And it kind of feels like that. Not comparing them
Well,
to,
Here's
but
what I'll say.
it's the old man who's playing at the end of his career that's lighting it up like Brady was. And you got this new kid on the block like Mahomes came into the league, just gave a spark and was that guy that's turning into a leader of team. So.
Well, Stafford's got a probably the second best wide receiver in the NFL. And
Who are you taking above that?
He's got
What two are you taking above them?
Smith
And who?
Smith and Jigba. I said he'd top two, so he would be second.
He's a duo.
he was just the top two.
I think he said top duo.
Taking into
Take a duo.
No.
He's not the best duo in the league.
And then Devontae. Yeah, and Devontae Adams is an elite possession guy who can also like get away from people. And with that, you're seeing a young running back and the Corum kid finally start to pop, and Kyren Williams has been who he is. And so again, like I think what's more impressive is Drake May doing it with the group of receivers that he has, with a new head coach, with a new system in his second, so 2 systems in 2 years. And yeah, he's got a pretty decent run game behind him, but just like, I mean, there's not a dominant wide receiver in that group. I mean, Diggs has been okay, but he's not gonna, I don't know, he's not gonna pop 1,000 yards. Kayshon Bootie's been, there, and Hunter Henry's like revived his career. And so I got to say that what Drake May's doing is more impressive because so many times it puts it on his shoulders, like to go make a run. And Stafford's not going to do that. That's not who he is. It's never like, I think the furthest run Stafford has probably had in his career is probably like 11 yards, where Drake May like will go make some things happen and do some stuff. So I think it's more impressive what he's doing in year 2 in his second coordinator.
It is. I agree with you with the in the second season, but Drake does remind me of Matthew Stafford. The only difference is, the organization that they played for. Because Stafford was with those lowly Lions, but Stafford, I mean, they wouldn't have got the wins they did if it wasn't for him back in the day. So I would compare them to I would compare Drake May to Matthew Stafford his second year for sure because they're both. I mean, I wish Dallas would have ended up with Stafford when he came out. Honestly,
I think Stafford.
I like Matthew Stafford a lot.
I think Stafford.
That's like me saying I wish the Bears would have taken Mahomes. You can't go. You can't go the pass, Corey. Come on.
I know. Well, I'm just saying it because he's a Dallas kid.
I think Stafford is a great quarterback, but I think in year two, I would have to give it to May. But here's the thing: I want to be able to sit there and pause on the second year with two offenses and see what he does next year because everybody was hyping Jaden Daniels. And you know what? Look at Jaden Daniels this year. I know he's been injured, and I know the offensive line and everything around him has been awful, but we tend to overhype these players, and the rest of the story goes a different way than what we expect.
I agree with you guys on Drake May is more impressive as far as the story. Young kid doesn't have a big time. I mean, he's got big time receivers. He has a good group of receivers. Nothing to write home about. Right? He doesn't have a Jamar Chase. Right? Matthew Stafford does have better weapons. I'm 100% on that. But then you look at Matthew Stafford's passing touchdowns at 35. Now, granted, it's not a record, but 35 to 4 interceptions, passer rating of
That's
113,
pretty darn good.
completing 66.7% of his passes. Now, Drake May is completing a little bit higher at 71. I understand. And he does have 100 more yards, a little less than 100 yards.
Now, what's his touchdowns to interceptions?
23 to
Do
6.
you have that? So
I've always said Matthew Stafford is an elite quarterback, though. He always has. I'm glad he finally got to go. You know, it had made him have to leave Detroit to do it, but he's having that team
I mean,
success now too.
not turning over the ball is a
All
big
right.
part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt Matthew Stafford's a Hall of Fame quarterback, and he's been really impressive. And so I think if we look at it like right now, like with what is out there, I think it's a tough conversation. I just think it leans.
Hold
Drake
on.
May.
I got a question for you because you said that, Bacon. If Matthew Stafford only gets the one Super Bowl and doesn't win another one in the next 2 years before he retires, is he really a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Yes.
Yes.
Because we've seen one or none it's harder to get in, that's all I'm saying. That's why I'm asking the question.
I mean, by the time it's all said and done, he's going to play 20 years at quarterback.
Yeah. Even if he just stayed with the Lions and hadn't won a Super Bowl, he's still a Hall of Famer if he's putting up these kind of numbers.
And the fact that the Lions were even competitive was only because of him in Megatron. Like, I mean, outside of that, they were garbage. Like, they're losing games 42-40. People made millions on the overs in those games.
And it's because of him and
I
Megatron.
wish we could make the millions on those overs. We can barely make sense. We need the millions.
Hey, we're up. We're up a little bit.
Sorry,
We're up a little bit. But Coach, you got about 7 minutes left before you got to get. So getting on to tonight's game. Sorry, I'm having a hard time here. We got the Falcons taking on the Bucs. Bucs are at home. Who you guys got in this game and why?
Coach,
yeah, I think the Bucs are getting healthier, right? You get Mike Evans back. You know, you got Bucky back. Lost a really ugly weather game, right? And I feel like the Bucs are getting healthier and going to be in a good spot here. And you know, the Falcons are beat up and shambles. they've got Captain Kirk back there, and Robinson hasn't been the same, and I don't think that changes tonight. It's a rivalry game, so things happen. But I really feel like the Bucs come out and snag this one at home and probably a lower scoring
Yeah,
game.
I mean, week 1 they played, and the Bucs had to pull it out at the last minute. And the Bucs never play well in Atlanta, by the way. I've seen them in person in preseason. Which was weird. One year they played the Falcons in preseason, and I've seen them in the regular season, and they just struggle in Atlanta. Now Atlanta is going to be trying to play spoiler tonight. Raheem Morris, a lot of people say he's not on the hot seat. I believe he is on the hot seat. I really do.
Yeah.
And Mike Evans is. I don't expect a lot out of him tonight, but he is. I believe he is going to be back.
They get McMillan back too.
Yeah. I mean, I think Baker's going to have some
Yeah.
more options out there tonight than he normally hasn't. And Baker's banged up. I mean, he is. He's beat up. But I think the Bucs will win this. I've got it at a 27-13.
Wow.
I believe it's going to be. Yeah, I got 27-13 Bucs.
I'm right there with you with the Bucs winning tonight, and just seeing, Baker's a gamer. We've seen it. That's but having Irvin and White both healthy, both in the backfield, then you add Mike Evans being healthy back, and McMillan to Bouquet, Godwin, and Tez Johnson.
Well,
Yep.
And to
He's
touch
gonna have
on
a lot of
something
options.
Wilson said,
I think.
yeah, Algier has turned out
Uh-huh.
to be the
Algier.
running back. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Bijan. Yeah,
Algier, they make a great 1-2 combination down in Atlanta. You just never
Yeah.
know what you're going to get out of Pitts, the quarterback position, or even when London's
I know this.
healthy.
I know this is a
So it
primetime
bottles
game,
up
and you
the
can't
run
trust
game,
Kirk
but-
Cousins in a primetime game, but I'm taking over on the points. I think this is going to be like a 38-34 ball game.
Ooh.
But the only thing that scares me,
Who's going to help on
I'm
the
gonna go
defense?
here.
The Buccaneers' defense is not good. Are we forgetting that? They're old.
all right, I'm going the Falcons because of the.
Got a kid, Hot Rod.
And here's why. You just called it right there. That defense has Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense has struggled all year. And I believe Atlanta can play spoiler tonight. Hold on, Corey.
Real quick.
I'm going to get there. I know where you're going to go. Yes, I need them to play spoiler as a Panthers fan. Okay? But I really believe that defense is older, like Brandon said, and I just really think Bijan Robinson against that defense, hey, he could put up some major yards.
I hope you got
And
Baker
you know
putting
what?
up some points because that Falcons defense can't stop a cold either.
I'm not saying either way.
Nope.
Both defenses are bad. That's my point.
All right, listen here, Homer. You're wanting the Falcons to win no matter what. You can try to spin it as much as you want, bring up some points. But the fact is, the Panthers are the ones who will win out of all this if the Falcons were to pull this off tonight. Why don't you just say, I need the Falcons to win so my Panthers move a game closer to taking over the NFC.
Because I was trying not to sound like a homer. I get accused of it all the time.
You just look.
It's all right, Rod. I'll let you piggyback off of me. Don't worry
You're
about
okay
it.
to be a homer.
Go ahead, Rod.
You could be a
Just
homer, Rod.
be
We
honest.
like it.
Just be
We
honest
li-
with our
we love
listeners
it.
and our
All
viewers.
right. As a Panthers fan, I
There it
want
is.
Atlanta
Thank
to
you.
win. And you know what? Honestly, both defenses are trash. Let's be honest. And you know what? I think with the offensive thing, I would feel a lot better if Drake London were out there. But he's not.
Rod, you're a homer.
But
Just for you,
I like how he says, let's be honest when we're like, we are honest. You're not.
just for you, I'm gonna put $1 on Atlanta.
Woo. Wow.
I love it. I love it. So everybody but Rod's got the Bucks. Is that who you
Rodney
took,
just gave him
Brandon,
the
or who
KOD on the Falcons, which
you?
I'm fine with.
Oh, Lord. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
Your wife's name's Lisa, and no, she's not even going to help you.
A dollar wins
You're
three,
right.
Rod.
No, she's going to throw
I
you
got
under
you,
the
buddy.
bus. You
What?
are not right. I love
He might
it.
be right. Listen, I think both defenses are bad. I think Kirk Cousins is horrible in prime time. Coach, I know you got to go.
They are.
We'll wrap up right now. But
Yeah.
I honestly, I think that this could be a really high scoring game, and the Falcons could win on a field goal, on a lucky field goal.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with anything. Everybody could say what they want. I just wanted Rod to be honest, but I mean, all of you can give your points, and I'll agree with them for the fact that this is a rival game, and they do not play. They do not play nice in the sandbox with each
Hey.
other. This is going to be a hard hitting game tonight.
And don't forget, Dio's got skin in this game. His
Yeah,
son
I'm
is
actually going
a
to let him stay up and
Buccaneers
watch
fan.
it. I normally don't, but
There you go.
he's got straight A's, so I'll let the kid. I don't care. Judge me all you want. I'm letting my kid stay up tonight and watch this Buccaneers.
Dad of the year. There you go. I
for it.
nominate
I would.
Dio Dad of the year.
Hey, Dio's son, I'm sorry.
He went Christmas shopping with my mother, so she came by and picked him up. So maybe I'll get something for Christmas this year for my son.
All right, guys. Coach has got to go. We got to wrap this up.
There you
So
go.
we appreciate everybody for being here, and
Yeah.
we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Before we go, I do want to
See
say
you guys.
something. I was right about the Saints over the Bucs.
Oh
Okay,
my
Rob.
God.
Here we go. I got to roll, guys.
All right.
God, see ya.